The algorithm that ants use to build bridges. Even with no one in charge, army ants work collectively to build bridges out of their bodies. New research reveals the simple rules that lead to such complex group behavior. Army ants form colonies of millions yet have no permanent home. They march through the jungle each night in search of new foraging ground. Along the way they perform logistical feats that would make a 4-star general proud, including building bridges with their own bodies. Much like the swarms of cheap, dumb robots that I explored in my recent article, army ants manage this coordination with no leader and with minimal cognitive resources. An individual army ant is practically blind and has a minuscule brain that couldn't begin to fathom their elaborate collective movement. There is no leader, no architect ant saying, "We need to build here," said Simon Garnier, director of the Swarm Lab at the New Jersey Institute of Technology and co-author of a new study that predicts when an army ant colony will decide to build a bridge. Garnier's study helps to explain not only how unorganized ants build bridges, but also how they pull off the even more complex task of determining which bridges are worth building at all. The first tells the ant that when it feels other ants walking on its back, it should freeze. "As long as someone walks over you, you stay put," Garnier said. "We're trying to figure out if we can predict how much shortcutting ants will do given a geometry of their environment," Garnier said. Evolution has seemingly equipped army ants with just the right algorithm for on-the-go bridge building. Researchers working to build swarms of simple robots are still searching for the instructions that will allow their cheap machines to perform similar feats. One challenge they have to contend with is that nature makes ants more reliably, and at lower cost, than humans can fabricate swarm bots, whose batteries tend to die. A second is that it's very possible there's more governing army ant behavior than two simple rules. "We describe army ants as simple, but we don't even understand what they're doing." "Yes, they're simple, but maybe they're not as simple as people think," said Melvin Gossi, a researcher at Harvard University working on swarm robotics.